For those of you who are predominantly red, green, green, red, put your hands up, please. Leave your hands up if you naturally include people. For those of you who are yellow, blue, blue, yellow, put your hands up. Leave your hands up if you naturally include people.
So this is what we call the basic concepts of the e-colors brain. Again, this is the framework where we now find that on the left side you have the doer, who is action-oriented, and the thinker, who is information-oriented. So on the right side though, you have the socializer, who likes to engage, and the relator, who likes to offer support.
We talk about our personality that's the piece you can see if you like, that's the visible, and below the water is our character, because clearly the e-colors is part of your personality, but there's more to you than that. So our personality is typically that which makes us react. It's our natural instinctive behaviors, and we tend to respond from our character. So the way that we look at it is personality is kind of the cards that you dealt, and your character is how you decide to play them. So you've got diversity and all the effort that's done on that side of it, if you like. You've got inclusion, which kind of is over there. And what is the thing that for some obscure reason doesn't allow it to naturally happen as much as we would like? And it seems to be around the business of unconscious biases. So they say that unconscious bias is a prejudice, that we have this assumption. It's based on pervasive cultural stereotypes. It has practical consequences, but it is just that. It's unconscious. And we all do have unconscious biases. We wouldn't survive in the world if we didn't, but it's worth understanding. They say that 92% of our decisions are made through a lens of unconscious bias, and about 8% are made through conscious bias, which is worth thinking about. The more you understand where your unconscious biases come from, the more interesting it gets.
We talked about how we grew up, maybe the influence of our parents, the neighborhood we lived in, and then realizing that we are raising children ourselves, and we are creating an unconscious bias.
Impressions of people are usually made in the first 7 seconds of initially meeting someone, and the first thing you notice is either race and gender. Those are the first two things. And so when you first meet someone, you need to be conscious of your unconscious bias.
Someone in our group shared that when they conduct interviews, that they do it over the phone at first, because they are aware that there are some unconscious biases that they're taking in. So they do it over the phone, so this way they're just listening to the content.
Where are these people facing? So what are they basing their decision on to turn round? Only the voice, right? You get the idea? So a micro inequity are the small ways in which we see bias at work. They're disrespectful actions that are sometimes so subtle they leave the targets wondering if they were really slighted or they were just being overly sensitive. Micro affirmation is the other side of it. Small gestures, big impact. So again, think about it, because it's simple little gestures that may be simple to some, may mean more to others. You know, there's only so many genders. There's only so many parts of the world that people can come from. There's only so many colors of skin. Whichever way you look at it, the real power is in the eye, is it not? It's in that inclusion piece. So what we'll do is, imagine if we take into account D and I plus the E colors, this now becomes diversity of thought. So if you think about it, just because you're one particular color, I'm talking E color, it doesn't allow you to exclude others. And that means that yes, there are different people from different parts of the world. Yes, they have different strengths in coming in, but the real key will be tapping in to that behavior, those traits. You get the idea? Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Be inclusive!
Audio Jungle.